with your main force. On top of that, it will also, as a part of an army, Void Rays will force his opponent to go heavy in Marines, and Marines are just so poor against Psystorm. Nice concave here, but too passive because, just like I said, 4 medevacs now moving out with nice amount of Marines and Marauders. This one Void Ray will spot them. And good thing too, those kills per second will make a big difference. And he almost gets that 1 medevac down, but all the forces are loose and they are tearing up the probes inside Socke's base. It will take so long for these forces to come to reinforce. If we do have some more Warped and High Templar, those can probably save the day. Do we have the Psystorms in time to save this Nexus? Yes, we do. The Psystorms right smack on the middle of the Terran army. Huge losses, and the Nexus will survive and force retreat. One of these medevacs is down, and these poor Marines trying to escape are just cut down. Some excellent use of Psystorm there, kept his Nexus alive, and Socke, who was in pretty firm control a short while ago, is starting to, well, he's still ahead, but Jimpo catching up, his army almost as big. That was a good threatening push, kept his opponent, pushed his opponent back, gave him time to expand, but he is recognizing this Protoss push, so he's forced to delay this attacking of the rocks and this expansion. Looks like we're about to have another big fight coming up. Will the players engage? Looks almost certainly so. Socke's looking for a fight. He's got these tons of Templar with lots of energy, and a fight begins, but a lot of Zealots trapped behind the Stalkers, but still tons of damage. Excellent Psystorm use right on top of the Terran infantry, losing a lot of Zealots, unfortunately pressing through, and the Archons, but I think more than enough. Sentry Stalkers and Templar here with some even more clutch Psystorms, and Jimpo pushed back into his base, his army almost completely devastated, but Socke is pulling out. Not sure I agree with this call. Of course, he doesn't have access to this lovely army tab. He doesn't see how little forces his opponent has. He has a nice pile of units here and some rallied units. He could snipe these out, but instead he's just going to check for expansions, I guess. He has thrown down an expansion of his own, blocking his opponent's final expansion. So in a long-term game, the Terran player will, he can take the gold, he can take this expansion, but then he's close to this one and warping in units. He can harass from here. Very, very hard to take, and in the long run, if no player is ever able to get the upper hand, Socke will eventually just win because he has more than half the map. So good choice here, but he should have pressed. He had a huge advantage, still a huge advantage, but it's nowhere near as big as it used to be. And again, more micro troops. He really has a huge chance to do some damage here, but playing a little bit timid, not eager to go engage. He has lots of Templar. I'm guessing they have lots of energy, but again, just pulling back. I guess he probably feels threatened by the threat of those medevac drops. Doesn't want to stray too far from his base, but he can warp in this many at a time. How many gateways is he running off of now? It looks like it's still 7, but he's warping in another Stargate and a fleet beacon, either for carriers, but most likely just for flux veins on his Void Rays, and another drop coming up. 4 Marines will try and watch these and this force. The Marines are coming in, and they are going to drop here in this expansion. And some of the probes do try and run away in time. They're probably just going to this expansion. And warping in more Stalkers. Great anticipation there, but Jimpo playing very, very well. Drops here instead. These Stalkers take a long time to get around. He can't warp in any more units because he's all on cooldown. It's a few probes. He'll get this pylon for sure. And will we have an engagement in the middle? Looks like not quite yet. And a nice Psystorm from a warped in Templar, killing off the medevac and most of these Marines. These probes could just finish off the Marines now. But a good play by Jimpo just to keep his opponent from just dominating the game. And he is being pushed back. I missed this. A big fight here. But looks like Socke just retreated altogether. I was probably too busy looking over here. Didn't have time to micro somewhere else. And it looks like no one really lost anything. Both armies still quite large. In that exchange, Jimpo also able to lay down this expansion. Very, very similar to Socke's expansion. So he is stealing one just as his opponent stole his. I'm guessing Socke does not. He did not see this. He has no idea. No expansion here, but they're finally going to be able to build it. Good thing, too, because this is almost mined out. The main is almost mined out, so Jimpo really needs a 3rd and 4th expansion right now, and he can't transfer workers here without betraying the existence of this expansion. He's also idle because he's completely out of minerals. He's actually in a very, very tough spot right now. And Socke looking pretty good. Lots of production buildings going, lots of Void Rays. Upgrades from these forges, and it looks like this push from this expansion not going to work because he's Templar holding this choke point. Jimpo knows if he goes in, he'll take too many losses. Maybe he'll kill this expansion, but then he'll get rolled because he has no income right now. Jimpo's income real quick. It's pretty good, strictly speaking, but he's just going to run out of minerals too soon. He can't afford to lose many troops. And here comes a big push. These Void Rays are harassing as best they can. They have a little bit more range than Marines, but really, 2 Void Rays against that many Marines, what are you going to do? And I think we're finally going to get a push. Here it comes. Are they going to engage? Not quite yet. Here it is. Stalker's in the front row. Those Zealots are trapped behind, trying to get through. Nice EMP, nice side storm, but Stim kiting around to the side. And look how fast Socke's army is just annihilated. This Void Ray is alive, but nothing left of the Powerhouse Force. That was just completely rolled. How on earth did he manage that? That is the power of Stim, level 2 upgrades, and very, very nice EMPs. So now that army advantage that Socke enjoyed is now completely reversed. And that Terran player now considerably larger force. Void Ray sweeping in, but too many Marines. Look how fast they go down. Don't get any charge at all. And reinforcements here not being managed at all. Nice side storm, but they're all down. This expansion might fall. But there's more action here. This expansion being harassed. More of these Templar warping in. But this expansion, back to this, more side storms from reinforcing forces. And so Jimpo's losing a ton of Marines and Marauders, but able to take down this expansion. And he misses his opportunity. He could have gone after all these probes. Look at that. That is 33 probes already dead. And he is pulling out, but he really should press at disadvantage. Look at that opportunity. That is just too many probes. It's worth losing half this army if you do that. But he's probably just too concerned. He's harassing Templar, throwing down side storms. Look at that. So many side storms from this reinforcing Templar. That's the advantage of having a nice proxy base. But huge opportunity missed there. The armies are now starting to equalize income. Just like I prophesized, Jimpo, his income is now completely flatlined, only 400 minerals, because he couldn't get his expansion up and running. So probably why he didn't push is he just couldn't afford to lose any units because he has no income left. But man, that would have been a lot of probes to kill. So he's just going to be holding on. He's loading up a medevac, so we'll see what he does with those. And just long-distance mining from pretty much all 60 of these SCVs. This guy probably wanted to build a command center, but he can't. These are all in the way. This army is going to try and press up into this expansion of Socke's, one up the front and the rest in the back, so that's a good choice to split the side storms up like that. Out they come, and it looks like Socke is going to lose this expansion. We'll see how many Templar he can warp in. Lots of Templar and some Stalkers. See those side storms, how do they look? Pretty good. Lots of Marines and Marauders going down, but Socke doing pretty well. He might take this out. However, a counterattack from Socke down here. Marauders kiting very, very well. Sentries not being macroed at all, but another nice side storm. More of these Marauders going down, but this expansion is toast. A lot of Jimbo's forces are off to the side. And look at all these SCVs. My kingdom for a Colossus or two, right? That would just be amazing. But this Archon is able to get up just in time, so what's left of this counter